lot of blood. So it's just like, wow. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Cause see, I always believed that Ricardo was innocent. I always believed it. I always believed that it was self defense until we just saw this. And I'm sitting here like, you mean to tell me this man basically got off with manslaughter by stabbing this man in the chest? Well, Dr. Drew said it was up above the liver area, but the sword protruded out the man's back. And you mean to tell me he got off with manslaughter? But the DA did say they wasn't going to charge him because he was a Power Ranger. They did say that. And I'm just sitting here like, are y'all kidding me? A man was killed and you guys are not going to prosecute? Guys, I don't know. I'm being serious. I don't know. Now, Puba, I don't know his last name. I can't pronounce his last name. This guy, he was the Red Ranger from Ninja Storm. Now, I never really watched Ninja Storm, but I do know he was the Red Ranger from Ninja Storm. He was violent and an abuser. He offed himself by way of, y'all know the word, I cannot pronounce it here, but suicide. I just go ahead and say it, suicide. And he ended up abusing his wife. His wife had to get a restraining order. I thought it was murder suicide. I thought that's what it was, but apparently she's still alive, thank God. I thought he took her out with him. Then we got Eric Frank. Eric Frank was the brother of Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin. And I liked Eric on the show. He was in Zeo. He was definitely in Zeo as Tommy's lost brother, and they both found that they were Native American. His wife came on and she spoke about how Jason and Eric was really close. Eric committed suicide himself because of the fact she doesn't know if it was because of Jason's fame and Jason got more work than he did because Jason did not go to acting school like Eric did. Jason just went on the set, he auditioned and became the Green Ranger and got instant success. Where Eric only came on because of his brother, and Jason was trying to give his brother an opportunity because he knew how much he wanted it. However, I don't think that's how Eric wanted it because he kept seeing that Jason kept rising, and she said that was one day he went to take a nap, and she was just finished cooking breakfast. He went to take a nap. She went to play with the kids. 45 minutes, she went to check on her husband. You know, I mean, talking about this is not easy, guys. It is not easy. Second of all, it hurts when you looked at these people as entertainment but not real human beings. And this is why when I've gone to cons, I try not to objectify the actors by Rangers. I look at them as humans now because when we're about to talk about him in a few minutes. Jason, we're about to talk about him. When he passed away, that was because he was screaming out for help. And a lot of people was not hearing him. This man desperately was looking out for help. He was screaming for help. But we'll get to him in a minute. So let me just switch gears. Jason Font, who's a longtime friend of Jason David Frank, like I said, he was on Time Force. I met him. I did a video talking about where I met him, and I enjoy talking to him. He's a really cool dude. Seeing him on the show to talk about this kind of hurt my heart because I could tell that him and Jason was really good friends. There was a lot of things that Jason divulged to him that he would never tell a soul, which he shouldn't. You know, that's what a friend does. Tammy mostly told us majority of it, but we'll get to Tammy in a minute. Nikia Baris, let me just get with her real quick because y'all know she's one of my favorites as well. She's the third Yellow Ranger. No, technically fourth. She's the fourth Yellow Ranger, and she came after Karen Ashley. She even told everybody that she didn't know she was replacing anybody because her and Karen, when they first met, they didn't know each other. The kid came on set, Karen went out the door. That's exactly how they said it. So it's just like, wow, I can't believe that they didn't even get a chance to. Because I even asked myself when I first saw them interact with each other, I'm like, they did not meet each other. This is how this was? Really? So I told y'all in the beginning of the video, she was talking about how her paycheck was like $700 before taxes, and she's on the show now. She's on the show, so she's not making. They're not making a lot of money from this show at all. And he knows that these people need to make ends meet, but he doesn't care. So when they came to tell them that they were being no, she said they didn't even tell them they were being replaced because from what I remember, they were saying that Jason was tired of being on Power Rangers. He wanted to pursue other things. They didn't even they was like they the casting agents have put on a casting call for mass rangers. They didn't even know they were being replaced until the final episode. And she broke down and started crying because she was like, she doesn't know why she's even tearing up. Audrey Dubois, the Yellow Ranger, the very first Yellow Ranger, she started crying because when she left, she was like, she wasn't even there that long to even tear up, but she was like, she didn't know that he hit her that hard. And I'm just saying, these are people lives that Saban was playing with. He was playing with these people's lives. I do not agree with that. I really don't. These people put their bodies and lives on the line every day to go do acting for us, and you couldn't even give them the decency to giving them a livable wage. So I did ask Nakia why didn't they ask her back. She said she just never got an invitation to come back. She said it wasn't no reason. They never asked her to come back. Even in Once and Always, they could have had her come back. They did have her action figure, which is in the back, as y'all can see, it's in the back of me. They had her action figure up there where Rita kidnapped some of the Rangers. She was one of them, but they could at least show her, morphing and fighting. They could have showed that, but they didn't, and that was BS to me. So then after that, we get to Jason. So let's go ahead and talk about Jason David Frank. The last few minutes of the documentary was about him. Jason David Frank, as y'all know, as the Green Ranger, White Ranger, Red Zeo, Red Turbo, Black Dino. He came in. he was an instant success